What's going on YouTube? Noah 5 Ash back with another road back to 1,000. As you can see, we're out here. It's the night after round one out here at the preserve. Little recap for you guys on round one. I came out the rip throwing good, putting good. Just kind of let the couple of the par threes get away from me early. Had a couple bad kicks, breaks. Was putting real solid till about I'd say about hole 13. I think hole 13 I missed a little shorty, about a 20 footer. Just kind of did the little pop the wrist a little too much. Like I go to like try and commit. I'm like, all right, commit. As a sport athlete, you like really trying to commit, and you almost, when you flick the wrist, you almost over commit, right? Because you're like you're trying to, instead of coming to that nice hip punt, I like over committed a little bit. It's okay. I have a turbo putt that I've been working on that has been helping me deal with the yanks, giving me a 15-foot comebacker that's real solid and real easy to do, just very recreatable. I actually tried because my putt felt kind of bad coming down the stretch there. I was a little nervous. I had a birdie putt on 18 and I was sick of whiffing them and going back and forth, so I was like, fuck it. Had a birdie putt from like 27 feet on 18. I lined up the turbo, boom, summoned the Johnny McRae, and I cashed that thing, dude. It was sick. Everybody went crazy. I was like, Kobe. Everybody loved it, dude. So, but as much as I love turboing, I think my regular putt, when it's dialed in, when it's truly getting there, I feel like it's just as good, not just as good, it's way better than my turbo putt, just way stronger, So I still try and dial in my regular putt every day, so. Hi. Me and my dad were talking about the wrist thing that I was talking about the other day, and just kind of trying to take that wrist action out of it, trying to take this out of it, because this creates a lot of inconsistencies when you're trying to curl the elbow and the wrist out and hit it to this perfect little spot right here. There's so many more variables, because you could let it go here, this, but if you have a very like straight fixed wrist, then way less room for error right there. Boom, boom, boom. So that's what I'm trying to do, is just make that window for error smaller. And me and my dad were talking about it. He talked about a bowling wrist thing that kind of keeps your wrist in place from letting your wrist not like spin out. So I was thinking about going to Dick's, checking out, trying to get a little cheap bowling wrist guard, just to see just to get that feeling of like not being able to move your wrist, right? Taking it out completely manually, because that's what we used to do in baseball. We used to have these little, weird gadgets and tricks and stuff. That's what me and my dad were talking about earlier. Shout out Dad, John 5 Ash, love you, Caddy Daddy. He's probably watching this, so. Oh, my dad would love to hear this. Me and Luke just went on a run. We went on I think it was like 1.3 out, like a mile, almost a mile and a half out, and then a mile and a half back in. So what is that, that's 3 miles pretty much. We ran about 3 miles today, and then about halfway through our run we got to a radar, like a little radar gun that's on the street that shows you how fast you're going. And so we started sprinting to see how fast we get. We both got 17, so. I've been breaking down a lot of putts. You know, I've been breaking down just, you know, all the different things and stuff. And one thing that I've noticed with everybody's putt who has a good putt, who's really solid, always finishes with that hand right where they want it to go. It's never like, they're never gonna let the disc go like down here and then finish up here. They're always hitting it at that maximum reach point. So if you guys are struggling with putting, it's maybe because you're not hitting your maximum release point as you're putting, right? So like you're kind of letting it go a little too early, you know, or maybe, you know, a little too low, a little too early left. You want it to be right, like literally shaking hands with wherever you want that disc to go. You want your hand to be right there, grabbing that spot. And you want that disc to finish right there. You want to really feel that disc finish out in front of you and out at that full extension point. That's something that's been helping me recently. Sometimes it gets me in trouble though, you know, like you saw there. That happened to me twice on the little 20 footers, 25. There was like a 20 and a 25 footer, you know, just kind of like just a little right, not too bad. There it is. Oi, 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 oi. This basket's sweet. I like how it's lit up. You can actually kind of see it. Oi. Let's bring you guys over here. Give you guys a different angle. Get into this tailwind. It's starting to get a little windy. I'm fucking sick of the headwind. Sick of it. Maybe it was better lighting facing this way. Yeah, it was. All right, so never mind. You guys are coming back over here. Sorry. All right, fuck, guys. I gotta shoot better tomorrow. I'm excited for the round tomorrow. I just gotta really dial it in, get that confidence going, get that stroke dialed in. Yeah, guys, I was throwing on, I'd say my best disc for me today. Probably my Spirit. The Spirit is it's a 12 speed, but it's like, it doesn't really fly like a true 12 speed, you know? Like if you grab a Spirit thinking it's gonna fly like a Destroyer or like a PD2, you're gonna be a little disappointed. I think Spirits are more like, man, they're more like a Max, you know? Think of like the beefy super, or like the flat top, what you call it? The FAF, I think is what they're called. Firebirds? I can't remember what they're called exactly. There's so many weird names, but it's the really flat Firebirds that are stiff as a board. They're almost concave. They're unthrowable. That's pretty much what the Spirits are. They're just the best wind fighter. Really good anywhere from like 300 to 400 feet. I'm throwing it. I mean, even 250, I'll chip it sidearm, throw it like a super steep hyzer backhand. just because they're so workable. And I like just sticking with one disc and knowing that stability and just keep working that stability of the Frisbee. So that's probably the best Frisbee for me that was working today. Hi. I need to have more discipline on my wrist action. Maybe I should just stop jerking off altogether, just to be fully. I only move my wrist when I need to. Just nah, I'm just kidding. But I need to have more discipline on the wrist action. I'm flicking. I'm getting that flick too much. Just too much flick. It needs to be more of an up down, and I'm just letting that hand guide it towards the bucket. There we go. That felt 10 times better than that last round. That one right there. There we go. There it is. There we go. Just stay very disciplined on whatever movement you want to do. Really stay disciplined on that movement. You know, if you're telling yourself to not break the wrist, stay disciplined on not breaking that wrist. Up to down, stay on that pole, finish where you need to finish. Like really tell yourself to really try and do it. Don't just go up there and like throw it at it, hoping. Stay fucking disciplined. Tell yourself, I'm not moving my wrist. I'm up to down. I'm gonna shake hands with this fucking basket, and I'm gonna fucking be disciplined on this wrist. I ain't breaking it. I'm gonna just fucking smooth right into the bucket every time. Fuck the elevator, just a little low. Too risky, way too risky. Much. Oh, all right, guys. I think I'm about to cut it for tonight. You guys can't even see shit. I'm just out here kind of stroking it. You guys are just listening at this point. It's fucking ASMR disc golf right here. Last set. Let's go. Discipline on the road. Oh, little too flicky there. A little too flicky there. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Come on, last one. Last one. Warlock for the win, baby. For the win. Too flaky. Too flaky. Another big thing I feel like that's helping me right now as well is don't think of your hand as like individual fingers trying to bend your wrist and flick it at the basket. Think of your hand as more of like a clamp or like a claw, and you just that's your hit point right there. It's just a little claw movement. It's not necessarily a finger flick out, right? I feel like it requires less touch to use the claw method than to like push your fingers at it and like try and flick it at the basket. Oh, that's the head one right there. All right, guys, it's too dark, man. I fucking love you guys. Road back to 1,000. Day one recap out here at the preserve. Keep grinding. 997, I think, is what I finished at, or something like that. 2 down. I'll take it. Gotta go improve tomorrow. Throw the disc a little bit better, a little bit closer. Keep attacking. Keep pushing the tempo. Keep remembering, all my key points throughout the round. And just, I think a big thing that made me kind of miss some putts is I was going off feeling instead of trying to just do my routine, do my thing, and make the putt, right? I was going off of the feeling of the last putts, the previous putts. And so I think that's why I was missing putts after about hole 10 or 12 or 13 there. Just was going off of too much of feeling and not enough just routine. Try to make it, breathe, hold it till it hits, do my thing. So shout out Gateway, shout out to my mom and dad, shout out to Holly Finley, shout out to the preserve, shout out Mimi. Love all you guys. We'll get one more putt here. See the white one? Peace.